professional bodies and IESL. This presentation is mainly focused on the undergraduates in engineering faculties of universities, especially in Sri Lanka, and the fresh engineers who passed out from the universities. This information will be very useful for them, for their career path, career development. I am going to discuss about the profession, what is profession, or who is a professional, and what is a professional body, about the professional bodies. Then I will discuss the functions of a professional body. Finally, I discuss about the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, which is the apex body of the engineers in Sri Lanka. And what is a profession? A profession is a type of job that required advanced education and training. So that means the profession is a job that requires advanced education and training. Job is something where you work and get some salary or any package, remuneration package. Profession also job. But there are two types of jobs. One is they can recruit you from your education qualifications such as GCE, O level, A level. After that, company will give a training to you, then you can do your work there. Example is the clerical work. But some jobs are there, the company cannot get from GCE, O level, A level and train them. For instance, engineer, doctor. They need the advanced education and training to work as a doctor or engineer. And professional. Professional is a person who carries out a specialized type of job that needs a high level of education and training. So the same it is the profession that I discussed earlier profession. Now those who are in this profession, that's called professional. So they need the specialized type of, it's a specialized type of job that needs a high level of education and training. Example, engineer, doctor, accountant, lawyer. These professions, you cannot straight away go to a company and work there without following the standard course and gain the required education qualification. How to become a professional? First thing is that you have to be a graduate or equivalent education qualification in a specific area. For instance, engineering. So to become engineer, you need the engineering degree, 4-year engineering degree or equivalent. That is the first thing you should have. Then you have to require the skills and competencies through training and experience. I hope to discuss about these skills and competencies separately in another presentation, but there's a difference between the skills and the competencies. So when the professionals, their competency is very important. So they have to gain the required skills and competencies through the training and experience. Next, what is a professional body? A group of professionals in the same profession. Now this profession, the same professional people get together and make a body that is called a professional body. Example, engineers. Engineers have a professional body. And it must be registered in the registrar of companies, so it can be established from an act of parliament. To get the more authority or the legality, so you have to register in a registrar of companies or can be established from an act of parliament. If it is passed from an act of parliament, it has more legal authority. There are very few professional bodies, they passed from an act of parliament. Now, IESL is a one professional body. It's a Parliament Act number 17 of 1968. So this was passed in a Parliament Act. This is the number, Act number 17 of 1968. In Computer Society of Sri Lanka, for example, they have still not passed from the Act of Parliament. Now it is in the process. So those who passed from Act of Parliament, they have more legal authority. Then what is a professional body continuation? It's a non-commercial organization that is not for profit. Normally, most of the organizations, they invest some money and they want to get profit. But here, the professional body, they don't want to have losses, but the main purpose is not to earn the profit. And it's a member-driven organization. It's not belong to government or private company like that. So they collect annual fee from the members, and how it is governed is that they select the members, some of the members to their council or the board from annual election. Then the council and president from an annual election they select. And governed by laws constituted by the members. So the members can have their own laws there. So time to time those things can be changed. Enrolling members to different categories based on qualification and experience. I will discuss later what are the different categories. So that you can enroll the members to these different categories and set out and govern the ethical behavior of the members. This is a very important one. I hope to discuss separately this one, the ethics of the professionals, especially the engineers. So they have a code of ethics. These members should follow that. Set out and maintain the industrial standards. Some professional members, they can maintain the industrial standards also. Accreditation of education programs. Actually, this can be done from central body coming under the government also. That is the normal procedure. But in Sri Lanka, professional bodies also have this authority. For instance, the Institution of Engineers is the body accredited the engineering degrees and provide knowledge update programs. So this is a service they are doing. They are updating the knowledge of their members. And importance of accreditation of education programs. Suppose there is no accreditation method, that means the recognition method. Nobody is evaluating any degree, then there can be many degrees, there is no quality of that. For with the private education, so some institutions, they don't maintain the standard because their main purpose is to earn profit. So therefore, it is very important to check the standards of the degrees awarded by the degrees can be awarded by local university, or it can be foreign university but conducted in a local institution. That means the affiliated degrees. Then it can be awarded by a foreign university conducted in a foreign country. They can go to foreign country and do the degree and come here. Then how to check the standards of these degrees? That also done by the professional body. That is, we need an independent body to check the standards of the degree. So professional bodies are doing that part also. Next important thing to be done by the professional body is to provide knowledge update programs, because the knowledge update is very important. You can see this circles here. Here you can see you can acquire skills and knowledge. So then you can assess capability and plan learning. Then you apply and evaluate. Now these things you have to do once you passed out from the universities. Then you have to have the training, self-study, you have to work in the community, you have to have the professional experience. So these things you can mainly getting from the CPD program, Continuing Professional Development Program. So why you have to do these things? Because the technology is changing very fast, especially in engineering. How can you update your knowledge? So if you are not a member of a professional body, where you can go and update your knowledge? The professional bodies provide CPD program. Of course, you can go to a particular training and update your knowledge, but just technical, not only the technical things you have to learn. So the even the presentation skills, project management, all these things are required specially for engineers. So the these professional bodies conduct CPD programs for these purposes. And continuing professional development, that is support members to update their knowledge, training, seminars, conferences, professional discussions, webinars, and the research papers can be published in the journals, and they have the newsletters. So all these things are belongs to the continuing professional development or CPD. Then these the bodies have membership categories. These are typical membership categories: student member, associate member, member, senior member, and fellow. Different professional bodies have different categories of membership category. Then professional body check the education, qualification, and competencies required for each membership category. So they check the education qualification, they check their competency. Those who satisfy those requirements will get the relevant membership. By looking the membership category of a person, society can understand that his level of competency to do a task. So the once you get the membership, you can put the MIESL, FIESL like that. By just looking this, that reflects your membership category, and from that one, the society can think about the what is the level of this competency level of this professional. So these are some examples of professional bodies in Sri Lanka: Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, IESL, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, Institute of Management Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. There are many professional bodies in Sri Lanka. These are some of them. Then there are international professional bodies: IET, Institute of Engineers and Technology, UK; IMECI, Institute of Mechanical Engineers, UK; ICE, Institute of Civil Engineers, UK; IEEE, I think everybody knows this one, it's the USA; and Institute of Engineers, Australia. Except Engineers Australia, so other four, they have the branches in other countries also. For instance, IET has a Sri Lankan branch here, Sri Lankan chapter. IESL is the apex body of engineering professionals in Sri Lanka. Actually, this was established in 1906 as an association. Then 1968, it was passed from Act of Parliament. The IESL membership categories: student, affiliate, associate, corporate, fellow. These are the student categories they have. Now these are the qualification experience need to get this category. So when you are undergraduate, if you are undergraduate of an engineering degree program, you can get a student member. That means even you, when you are in the university, you can get the student member. Then the 3-year engineering degree people, IESL recognized degrees, they can get the affiliate member. And those who completed the 4-year engineering degree program, which is recognized by IESL, can get the associate member category. After that, you are practicing in the industry, then you gain your competencies through your experience. Then after about 5 years, responsible experience, so it is defined there what is responsible experience, then you can submit an experience report and a project report or design. Then you have management paper, you can pass the management paper. Then you have interview and you have technical paper. Then, or if you pass all these things, you will get in the chartered engineer status. Here, throughout your career, until you get the charter, you have to work under chartered engineer. Then if you do not have a direct chartered engineer in your organization, there is another scheme called there is another alternative scheme also available. That is called the mentoring scheme. Then the fellow is the highest category of the membership. So that is, you have to get the superior experience. That means holding a high position with a lot of authority. So when you get the fellow, you can put the title FIESL. When you get the corporate member, you can put the title MIESL. If you get the associate member, you can put the uh, associate member of the ISL, that is AMIESL. So like that. Then while I discuss about the ISL's code of ethics, ISL is a very old institution, I think the oldest engineering institution, professional body in maybe South Asia. So more than 100 years old now. It was established in 1906 and they are well established now. So all their members should follow this ISL code of ethics. So I am going to discuss a separate one of the ISL code of ethics in another presentation. So these are the high level. You have to consider about your public health, safety, welfare, uphold professional dignity, practice sustainable engineering and environment protection, build reputation and merit, shall not compete unfairly, limit to area of competence, serve employer or client faithfully with no conflict to other principles, speak out objectively and truthfully, continuously develop knowledge and skill. Now we discussed about the professional bodies in the IESL. Now there is another one called the regulatory body. It is a government body. A government body. So some professions have regulatory body, not all the professions. I must say the very important professions, regulatory body also there. For engineers in Sri Lanka, we have the Engineering Council Sri Lanka. So I hope to do another separate presentation about the Engineering Council Sri Lanka. Now to wrap up this presentation, I would say, you know now what is a profession, who is a professional, and what is a professional body, what are the functions of a professional body, what is the advantage of being a member of a professional body, then what is CPD programs, who will conduct CPD programs, professional body is doing, then you have to follow that one and you have to get the update your knowledge, and you can you can gain the competencies and we can get the different membership categories. So these are the things you understand today. So I think this is very important for your career and we will discuss about the regular bodies in future.